All right, we are recording. You guys, this is the last of our Meet Your Upline series. It has been amazing. Wouldn't you agree? It has been absolutely so great to hear from all of these amazing leaders that so many of them, as you've heard, initially started out as just wholesalers and then caught the vision and obviously ran and have made now amazing businesses for themselves. We have one of the most amazing leaders in the company right before us. She is gifting us with her presence this afternoon, and I could not be more honored. I just love her to death. It's so funny. I have to tell you guys a story. When I first joined Plexus, I was watching some videos on YouTube, and I ran upon Melissa's videos. And I'm like, I wonder where she fits in. Like, what are the chances of her being or me being on her team? Like, probably slim to none. But I had decided, I'm like, I love this girl so much. I am going to follow her videos. And I just want to get to know her and through her videos. And so sure enough, I come to find out that I'm on her team. I'm actually her level 10. That's how gracious she is, you guys. She's amazing. She has a heart of gold. I am her level 10. Our team is so deep, and here we are. She is pouring and taking her time to come share with us and pour into us a little bit. And so I am so excited. It is my honor to bring on this mother of two, now retired elementary school teacher, thanks to Plexus. They have an amazing, beautiful dream home. I did a Plexus Cribs edition on the Plexus Wellness page. So if you want to go check out her amazing home, you can go check out my Plexus Cribs edition on there. But anyway, without further ado, Melissa, thank you so much for coming. We can't wait to hear your story of how in the world you came here and how you got where you are, and then your tips. So I'll hand it over to you.
Yay! Thanks, Autumn. That was quite the introduction and so sweet. And Autumn, even though we have had this conversation a few times, if you would have said, okay, Melissa, what level am I to you? I would not have been able to tell you what level you are. I will say that is not how I look at my team. I don't think, oh, this person is my level 2, so I'm going to love on them extra. This person is my level 10, so I'm not going to pay any attention to them. I just don't see levels. I just love my entire team. So I'm super happy to be here with you guys today. Honestly, there's no place else I'd rather be. So thanks for letting me tell my story. I'm wondering how many of you guys have heard it. Maybe you've heard kind of the surface side of the story, but I'm going to tell you guys the nitty-gritty of what things were really like for me and talk a little bit about mindset and some things that I had going on as I had started this business. So for those of you that do follow me on social media, you may have seen that August 7th, so just a few weeks ago, was my 5-year Plexus anniversary. So 5 years ago, I went to the website and I clicked join, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I was doing before I made that decision. So I was a teacher. I taught at a small private school. I absolutely loved my job. You guys probably know some teachers that can't stand their job and they're living for summer, and others that are super passionate. I was the super passionate teacher. It is what I feel God has called me to do. My spiritual gifting is teaching. And so I felt very at home in my profession. I was not looking for a way out of the classroom. I was not looking for a side gig per se. What I was looking for was a way to get my body healthy. So I was learning. I was starting to dig in. I was trying to figure out why I felt like in my mind I was doing everything right to lose weight, but I just couldn't lose weight. I was doing P90X and working out at the YMCA and running a lot, 5 miles a day, tracking all my exercise, tracking every single calorie I ate, although those calories that I was tracking weren't necessarily super healthy, but I was counting them, and no matter what, the scale would not budge. So what I was doing is I was doing the things that I had always done before that had worked for me. Like I had played that game with myself lots of times, like count the calories, work out a ton, and I'd always been able to get the desired results. This time I was just stuck and I couldn't. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, I was not a supplement person. I did not take multivitamins. I didn't take any supplements at all. And I had never taken anything to help me lose weight or really to be healthy for that matter. So when I started looking at, and that was because of my mom. My mom is like, everything is bad. Like she's just that type of person. She's a little bit just, anyway. So I was afraid of all of that, I guess is what, I'll just put it that way. I was afraid of all those things. So when I stumbled across Plexus, it was because, get this, y'all. A friend from Baylor, that's the university that I graduated from, was posting on Plexus or posting on Facebook about Plexus. We had not spoken in 12 years. 12 years. Prior to that, she had been doing she had been selling some other stuff like stationery type things and actually, I was kind of like, oh, what is Ariel doing now? Like, she's been trying to sell me the stationery on Facebook. Now she's doing this Plexus thing. Like, I was so the typical person that was like, just show me cute pictures of your puppy and your kids, you know? Like, why are you trying to sell stuff on Facebook? And, but she was sharing something that I needed, right? And so even though I had my little eye roll moment, eventually, after seeing several posts, right, she was being consistent, I decided to click one of the links and I started really digging into the company and the products, and I felt really great about them. I didn't want to risk my health. Like, I didn't want to take something to help me lose weight, but that was actually going to hurt my health in the long run. So I felt really confident in the products and I ordered them. But I ordered them saying that over my dead body would I ever work this business. I was never going to be like Ariel. I was never going to share about it on Facebook. Ever, ever, ever. Because, and the reason is because many years ago, I think it had been like 6 years prior, so there was a really big gap. I had actually been in a network marketing company before. And I was in that company for 4 years, you guys. I worked so hard. It was a party planning company. So I was constantly walking out my door, lugging my, what's the word, Autumn? Why can't I think of my inventory. I was lugging my inventory. I don't even know what the word is anymore because I haven't had to carry inventory in so long. It's lovely. I've deleted it from my mind, right? Lugging my inventory, packing my car. I would drive. The whole purpose of a party planning company. So if Autumn was hosting a party for me, my goal would definitely be to sell product, but it would also be to book the next party. Like, I want her guests hosting a party for me. So if all of you were at Autumn's party and I had driven 30 minutes to Autumn's house, and Amy had also driven 30 minutes to Autumn's house, but from the farther direction, right? And she decided, oh, I'll host a party for you, Melissa. I'll get some free products. What did that mean? That means the next time I host a party at Amy's house, I'm driving an hour away, right? An hour away from home. She's inviting her friends. They're coming. Maybe they live 15 minutes away. So the next time I'm doing a party, I'm driving an hour and 15 minutes away. I mean, I was gone all night long. I was driving hours and hours away, and I was going into complete strangers' houses to host these parties. I was spending a ton of money on products and inventory, and I was not making any money, but I believed. And I bought into the idea of residual income. It made sense to me. It made sense how building a network, having 100 people on your team working is way better, and earning from that is way better than 100% of my efforts, right? So I understood the concept and the idea of network marketing. I totally believed in residual income. But I was in this company where I was not able to live any of that out. And when my daughter was born, I said, peace out. Don't let the door hit you. I mean, like, I was done with network marketing. I was burned bad. You had to meet quotas each month. And you had to have like a certain baseline to maintain your rank, a PV. So we were putting products on credit cards. Like, it was crazy. It was like the nightmare MLM story that you guys hear about. So I was done, and I felt like the weight of the world was lifted from my shoulders, and I said, never again will I ever do that. So I just want to stop for a minute. And if you guys have someone that is skeptical, like, never say never when it comes to talking to anyone about this business, because not only was I never going to do this business again, but I was so burned on network marketing that for 6 years, would you believe this, you guys, I never went to a party for a friend. I never bought one friend's nail sticker or handbag or skincare or nothing, because that is how turned off I was to network marketing. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not supporting it. I am done. Like, my husband, done. Okay, so have I painted the picture of like how much I was done with this industry? But 6 years later, along comes Plexus, and they have a product that is intriguing to me. They have a product that is going to fit a need that I have. You guys know our products are for everybody. Everybody needs what we have to offer. And so I knew, because of my former experience, that the only real way for me to get these products that made sense was to join as a wholesale ambassador. Now, you guys, I'm going to tell y'all a big secret. Like, this pains me to even say this out loud, okay? So as I'm signing up, I'm thinking in my head, like, this is what's going in my head. I'm like, okay, I am about to sign up under this girl I haven't talked to in 12 years. I don't have a relationship with her, okay? If there was some crazy off chance that I were to work this as a business, I'm talking like, I don't know what it would be, but it was like in the back of my head, I was like, what I need to do is I need to sign up under someone that I would really want to support, right? Like, just in case I did something. Like, I'd rather make my sister $100 than this person that's basically a stranger to me now $100. Okay, I was thinking small, but I was thinking that. So I was like, before I sign up, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to make my sister sign up. I'm going to sign her up, and then I'm going to join under her just in case. And then I thought to myself, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. Because in my mind, I could feel myself remembering residual income. Even before I signed up, I was like, it was coming back. It was like, oh, but they said that I could have this freedom, and they said that I could stop trading my time for money, and maybe, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sign up my sister and then sign up under her, because then I would be tempted to work this business to help her. And if I sign up under this stranger, and this is just my personality, okay? I was like, there is no way I'm going to work and I'm going to make some stranger a bunch of money. So it was almost like the nail in the coffin. It was like the final thing that was going to like secure the fact that there was absolutely no chance in the world that I was going to work this business. Okay, like, I don't even know how to explain it and be more like emphatic than I can be right now. So I signed up and I hit send. And my sponsor, Ariel, who I love, we are no longer strangers. She's a Diamond Ambassador as well. She did something that was flippin' genius. She added me to a team page immediately. Right after I signed up, she added me to a team page. So curiosity killed the cat, I'm hopping on Facebook and I'm looking at this team page and I cannot believe what I am seeing on this team page. I'm seeing community, I'm seeing success, I am seeing rank promotions, and I am seeing people being welcomed on that page left and right. And I'm like, what in the world have I gotten myself into? Like, this company, people are doing this. Like, they're actually seeing success. I start scrolling back. Like, I'm looking back. Okay, but maybe it's just a really great month, right? So I'm looking back at July and I'm looking at all these rank promotions and I'm looking back and I'm looking at all these people being welcome to this page, and I'm like watching all this activity, you guys, and like it just, a switch flipped in me, and it flipped fast. So here I was, a couple hours ago, over my dead body, nailing the like never, to going, if all of these people can do this and see success, like someone just promoted to silver, that chick, I'm going to click on her picture, go to her profile. Oh, she's younger than me and she's a silver and she's seeing success. Oh, that person was silver. She's older than me and she's retired and she's seeing success. There's a teacher. That person lives in the sticks. That person lives in the city. This person was dirt poor. This person had no network. I'm like clicking on all these names and like Facebook stalking all these people. And I'm thinking, if they can, why can't I? So the day that I signed up for Plexus, I posted on Facebook. No one told me to. Ariel didn't tell me to. I just thought, I'm going to just see. Like, I'm going to toss it out there and I'm just going to see if I know anyone that would want to do this with me, because it would be more fun to do this with my friends anyhow, right? To like try these new products, and I'm just going to see. And immediately I had conversations that were started. And you guys, that night, I did not sleep. I didn't. I was on the team page, I was looking at files, I was listening to calls, I was digging into the compensation plan, and within 7 days, I would have said, I'm gonna be a Plexus Jewel. Like, I'm gonna do it. So that, my mindset, from this point to this point in 7 days, I had looked at so many testimonials. I had seen that our products were truly helping people with serious health. Like, it was so much more than weight loss, right? This was, people were seeing amazing health transformations. Well, I wanted to get behind that. What if I had family and friends that were suffering and struggling, and I had the answer and I kept it a secret? I wasn't going to do that. I wanted to help as many people as I could. When I dug into that compensation plan and I really wrapped my mind around it, I was unstoppable. Nothing was going to stop me from doing this thing. And so I did. I started sharing on social media, got some interest, started signing a lot of customers up, started flipping those customers to ambassadors, grew my team pretty quickly. I was able to replace my teaching income in just a few short months. I promoted to Emerald in 7 months, you guys. 7 months. And that was from me going all in. So like, my belief was solidified in 7 days. But if my belief would not have been solidified, I'm talking belief in myself, belief in the company, belief in these products, like, I was all in. If it would have taken me 7 months to get to that point, right, then all that time I was building my business, I wouldn't have been growing. So I would ask you guys, where is your belief? Do you believe that you can do this? Have you made the decision like I did? And have you said, I'm doing this, and then gotten into the activity to do it? Do you believe in these products? Do you believe in this company and this opportunity, in our compensation plan, in your upline who has gone before you and done this thing already? If you have that belief, then go. But if you're struggling in that belief, we need to solidify that before anything big is probably going to happen in your business. So I finished out the school year, you guys, and I want you guys to understand that I was working my Plexus business. So I joined on August 7th, and school probably started around August 15th, August 20th, in that window right there. And I was a teacher, so I was going to in-services and before then. And so I was busy. And that year, I taught 8th grade English. And so I was grading papers, lesson planning. I was in it. This teaching thing was very, very time consuming. My son was a swimmer. If any of you guys have swimmers, I would not have known this, but that is one of the most time consuming sports. So we were living at the natatorium. My daughter was doing gymnastics. My kids at the time, my goodness, I can't even believe it. So how old? Anna's 9. So she was 4. So I had a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old at the time. So life was crazy and wild, but I did it because I saw the vision for what this company could do for my friends and family, how it could help them. And I saw the vision of what this company could do for my family. So I sacrificed, and it was a sacrifice. And so I would ask you guys, are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals? I hope if your goals are big and your dreams are big, I hope so. I hope that you are willing to make those short-term sacrifices so that you can experience the long-term rewards that you can achieve through this company. And I did. I woke up early. I worked so hard in the nooks and crannies, and it was a nooks and crannies business for me. I mean, at red lights, I was checking messages. During my lunch hour, I was on the computer replying to people, sending out messages. When I came home, I was working so hard. I had young kids and homework, and it was craziness, but we did it. I stayed up later, and I sacrificed so that we could have the freedom and the lifestyle that we have today. And so our lives have totally changed. Like Autumn said, we were able to build and move into our dream home, which is just, I mean, it's dreamy. It's unbelievable. Maybe that sounds superficial to you guys, but for me, I'll just tell you why that's important to me. You know, I always wanted to be the house, the family where my kids' friends came over. My house wasn't like that. We didn't really have people over to our house growing up. And so I wanted to have the pool and the game room and be the mom that puts out all the snacks for the kids and let this be the hangout place so that I could have more time for my family. I have a really social kid. So he's going to be around his friends, and I want him around me too. And just being able to provide for them a lifestyle with travel and experiences that I never got to have as a child growing up. But beyond that, it's really what we have been able to do as a Plexus community. My friend Kristen Abart, she's a diamond in this company. She always says, you know, watch out. Watch what God will do when women, passionate women, get into a position where they are financially comfortable. Because watch what we do with that. We can change the world, truly. And so things like being able to give back to our missionary friends, and things like being able to build the home in Thailand for sex trafficked and abused children, and things like being able to give back to our church and being able to provide needs for families that we never would have been able to do before Plexus, because we were living paycheck to paycheck. We were running out of money before we were running out of month. And we didn't have the option to give in ways that we were able to before then. So this opportunity has changed so much for our family, and it has been a journey. It has been a 5-year journey of personal development and growth and growing my skill set as a network marketer. But it's been worth all of the growth, and it's been worth all of the ups and downs of the journey. So that's kind of my story. But Autumn, if you have any gaps or any other things that maybe I shared with you that you want me to elaborate on, or any questions that you have for me, you just ask away.
Well, I do want to comment on the team page thing, because I think that that's an important thing to point out there. not everyone welcomes people on the team page. You know, I'd say most people here do. I don't know who specifically doesn't, but I'm just saying, I'm so glad you pointed that out, because truly that was what, you know, helped you see the vision in this business. And then your belief, and, you know, we all need belief, of course. Okay, so share with us a bit.
Let me elaborate on the team page thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Since you brought that up, I'm telling you, I would not be here today if she would not have added me to the team page, period. It was the thing that helped me to see the vision. And so, but here's the other thing. If she would have said to me, hey, Melissa, I'm going to add you to this team page, I would have been like, no, you're not. I'm not doing this. Don't do that. And I probably maybe would have had maybe she would have added me and I would have gotten out. And so she just added me. She added me and welcomed me. She did a welcome post and everything. And guess what happened? People commented and welcomed me. That is like, you guys, what are they saying now with like social media and stuff like that? That's like, it releases like endorphins, and it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, people see me. People care about me. They recognize me. I'm here. They know I'm alive. That feels good. That feels good to women. So like another tip is, one of the best ways that you can be a team player in this company is, and on your team, is when you see people that are being added, welcome them. When you see people that have ranked up in this business, congratulate them. You are not too busy to congratulate someone or to say hello. I mean, that simple act can mean and do so much, and it builds so much culture and community on your team. Okay, so I did just want to sit on that. Like, if you add anyone, I don't care, if they are an ambassador in your back office, they better be on the team page. Like, I cannot stress it enough. You might have a Melissa Eickenhorst sitting out there somewhere and you don't know it because you're protecting them from a team page? What? I mean, if they don't like it, they'll take themselves off. No big thing.
Well, and Erin Bush was the same way. You know, she got added, but then she took herself off the smaller team pages, the ones that weren't doing anything, but she stayed on yours because yours had the most action and it intrigued her. You know, she's like, wow, what's going on here? And these people are ranking and making money and all of that. So, okay, so what tips, do you have tips for us specifically, or do you want me to ask you questions or what?
Sure, whatever you have. If you have any questions, go for it. And I can talk tips all day. So whatever.
Well, I would say, let's talk about, you know, sharing this business, because there's always those people out there that say, well, I can't share the business because I haven't really made any money yet, or I'm super busy, so I haven't had time to, you know, invest much in Plexus, therefore I can't share the business because I'm barely doing it. When in reality, I mean, that's truly what they need. If they're out of time and they're, you know, they're struggling in life in that way, they need that time freedom. So let's talk about and explore that a little bit, like growing and building business builders, and like because I mean, that's truly what we need to be doing. I mean, yeah, the products are amazing. They're going to change your life, but we need people sharing, you know, ultimately.
Yeah. So, you know, hearing you say that, and the excuses, you know, the typical excuses that people give, that it just is, it's all about you, right? Like, I don't have time, or I haven't made any money yet. And it's just, I just hear that and I'm thinking, like, if I had a penny for every time I heard that, you're just like everyone else. So, you know, for me, I want you guys to not just be like everyone else, because we can all make excuses. I can make your excuses are no different than every single other person's excuses on this call. We all have excuses. I had your excuses times 10, maybe not. Sally over here has your excuses times 20. And guess what? We are doing it. And we're doing it. So you can use your excuses not to as a reason not to, or you can flip them and use them as a reason to do this business. And so really, it's not about, as far as sharing this business, maybe if you haven't had a great paycheck yet, or you haven't had those, none of that is a reason not to share Plexus. I mean, I was sharing the opportunity and I was sharing these products long before, I mean, right away, right out the gate. our compensation plan speaks for itself. And so I think it really depends on the relationship or that you have with the person or how you're going to share with the person. But you can share, if they're a person that's like, well, I need proof, I need evidence, well, you have your upline, right? And I think sometimes we get in our own heads and we think, well, I don't have $1,000 check. Well, I don't have a jewel paycheck. That's not going to mean anything to anyone. Well, let me ask you a serious question. Like each of you right now, how many of you could benefit from an extra $150? Like right now today, if you had $150, someone gave that cash to you, you could use that, right? You could benefit from that. For me, we were living paycheck to paycheck. $150, that was life-changing. If someone would have come to me and said, hey girl, I can show you how to make $150 working from home, from your computer, using mostly social media. Do you want to know how? I would have been like, yes, I do. I would like to know how. I can make $150 from you mean I don't have to get dressed or drive away from and leave my family? Like I don't have to commute? I don't have to fill out any like HR paperwork? I don't have to work with any crazy people? Like I just get to sit at my computer and share. And that's obviously, that's not the only way that we share Plexus. We talk to people, we do more than that, but you can make $150 this month, okay? So you can decide, and then on my next paycheck, on my September 15th paycheck, I'm gonna have $150 so that I can then show that, if that's what's needed for some people, I can then show that paycheck to my friends and be like, look, Plexus paid me $150. This is the real deal. This is my gas for this month. Want me to show you how to do this too? So all of those excuses are they're just hogwash. I love you, but they're not reasons not to work this business. That's for sure.
What about discouragement? People that try and they're learning and then they get shut down or they get rejected and they get discouraged and then they stop, which is like the worst thing you can do, right? Because in this business, a little bit each day compounds and you're planting those seeds and you're going to see that harvest even sooner. So think about, maybe speak to some of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just in one of those moods today, Autumn, where I'm like, what, you think I haven't been rejected? What, you think I haven't been told no? What, you think that there's someone out there that came from a small town of people that don't have two pennies to rub together and they could have used that as an excuse, yet, you know, they're a jewel in this company. And so the fact of the matter is that I get discouraged, you guys. I do. Autumn does. We all are going to you're gonna get discouraged. Of course you are. Plexus it's work. Like I work hard at this business. It's not just a party all the time. Like it's really fun. I have a ton of fun working my business. I have a blast working with passionate women and helping them achieve their goals. I love helping people reach their health and wellness goals, but it's work. I get told no. Customers leave. Ambassadors leave. I've had people that were even high-ranking ambassadors that, you know, gold and senior gold, stop working their business. And I'm thinking, oh, what are you guys doing? I get discouraged too. We all do. But I think, you know, that's where, like Autumn said, consistency is key. It really is. When you're probably discouraged and you're feeling like nothing's happening because you're probably not really working your business. If you were all in and consistently working your business, it's impossible to be discouraged when you're working. There's something weird about that, okay? So whenever I talk to people and they're really frustrated with Plexus and I say, okay, you know, show me your IPA sheet. Where's your list of 64? Talk me through the past 7 days. How many people have you talked to? Screenshot me your messages that you've sent to people. Let me see. And they don't have that to show me in most cases because they're not working their business. And so they always say in this industry, like the cure to any of your ailments or any of your frustrations in this business really is getting into consistent activity. And then understanding that you're going to be discouraged. And so you get to choose, are you going to be like the majority who you feel discouraged, and so you're done. You fall out, you fall away. Maybe it's a slow fade. Maybe it's you slam the door because you can't handle those emotions. Or are you going to be like the minority? Are you going to be like the ones that are set apart and that say, I'm going to take the emotions out of this and I'm going to work this like a business no matter what, and I am going to reach my goals. Now, I want you guys to be the ones that decide, like, and you understand, and you can almost even like, okay, I'm discouraged. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to take a minute, but then I'm going to step back up and I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And you're going to know that you're going to get rejected again. You're going to get that you're going to get another no. It's going to happen. It happens to me. I still break out in a cold sweat, every time it happens. But it stings a little bit less because of all the people that I have been able to help along the way. But if I would have quit, then I wouldn't have had those people along the way.
Love that. Do we have any questions? Maybe we can take like 2 or 3 before we close.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm wondering, Melissa, like when you first signed up, I think we go back and forth about debating like what we should send our new ambassadors. Did they send you like any videos to watch, or like was there like a package that you kind of went through, or was it all self-motivated from the team page of like the learning that you did?
That is funny for me to think back on. There was nothing. I mean, nothing. Like there was no success kit. Like not only did I get nothing from my sponsor who was posting on Facebook, but at the time not really working the business. She wasn't, and she would tell you that. But the company had nothing, no support. And so for me, yeah, it was all self-motivated. I just dug in. There were resources out there. Sonia Dudley had videos that taught me about the compensation plan. Sarah Marble had videos that taught me about mindset and network marketing. I grabbed files off team pages. I mean, so the excuse of I don't have enough support, I don't know, y'all, we have so much right now that it is ridiculous. Like the amount of tools that you have to go out there and be successful. If you saw what I had, you would cry for me. Like you would. And I even think about the people that had gone before me, I mean, our system was archaic. Our branding was borderline ghetto. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, there was so much that we had to kind of people didn't even know at the time that Plexus was safe, right? So I was having to talk to people about like, no, this is not going to make your heart beat out of your chest, and like, like the 80s fen kind of, that's what people had in mind when we were talking about like weight loss and stuff. So it was like, there were so many, it was like constant attacks even. I was just like, that's discouraging. I'm going to break out in a cold sweat. She's saying all this stuff. I'm like, I'm going to have my minute, but I'm going to keep on climbing and keep on going. And I just developed tools that I needed and borrowed from other people and improved upon them and made them better. So all that to say, Natalie, like we've got the stuff, like we have it. And my caution to all of you when you're getting someone started is not to overcomplicate it. Don't bombard people. Don't send them too much. Keep it very, very simple. But man, I hope y'all are so grateful for what we do have.
Oh my gosh, yes. All right, anybody else?
Y'all can ask me anything. Like anything. Oh my gosh, if I would have had a Zoom, I would have been like asking a million questions.
There's no dumb questions, so don't ask because I guarantee you somebody else needs the answer as well. One more question. Who has it?
Okay, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Some of my incentives last month for going gold were by memberships. And does that disqualify me from any further awards or when they see my payment on some of their products or something? Do you know anything about that?
So, Noelle, what I typically do if I'm doing an incentive, so this is I think it's really important to invest. This is a business, okay? So I think it's really important to invest in your business. That might mean it doesn't necessarily always mean money. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's resources, right? There have been many times in my business where I have invested monetarily. Those investments have always paid off, long term. They've been well worth the investment. But typically what I do is I will work via PayPal. So if I'm reimbursing someone for something, then they're actually spending their own money on the website, and then I am sending them money via PayPal. Does that make sense? And does that answer your question?
Did we lose her?
I'm sorry. I got interrupted by a colleague. I am so sorry. I'll have to reread the recording or re-listen to the recording, or just that last few minutes that you said.
Okay. No worries. Autumn, do you feel like I addressed what she was asking?
Yeah, I think so. I was a little confused, but I think you did.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, I have a question.
Go for it, Maya.
Okay. So you signed a ton of customers, you said in the beginning, right, Melissa? I am curious what the retention of that customer base was, and if it's because you provided certain, let's say, care packages or thank you notes, or how you took care of your customers to possibly then flip them or just maintain them or whatever.
Okay, great question. I'm so glad you asked that, because I want to talk about that and I want to clarify some things. Okay, so first of all, let me address the customer situation itself. So in the beginning, I had come from a company where I knew that I needed to sign as a wholesale ambassador to get the best price, but we didn't do that in my old company. Like, we only signed solid business builders. Does that make sense? Like, people that came in and said that they wanted to be in the business. And so when I came over to Plexus, at first, the majority of people were coming in and they were signing up as customers. Now, I want to say this, and I want you guys to really understand this. Customers are going to get you a great right now paycheck, but customers are not going to bring you a residual income that will help you build a financial wall around your family, okay? That's what building a team does. So while I was doing that in the beginning, currently what I do is most people that I sign, I definitely have my customers, but most people I do sign as wholesale ambassadors, okay? Unless they tell me, like, and this is different on every team, and I don't want to contradict anything that Autumn might be training you, and I definitely think that people do belong in certain buckets. I do. I have customers. I have volume every single month. But the second I see them ordering consistently, the second I see them excited about these products, I always approach them about flipping to ambassador, because you never know. And I'm looking for the Melissas. That's what I'm doing. So they can be a very happy wholesale customer ordering their products if they're ordering over 100 PV every month. I'm not doing that for people that aren't ordering over 100 PV every month, okay? They're going to stay a customer. Let me make that very clear. If they're not ordering 100 PV, they're going to stay in the customer bucket. But if they're happy and ordering, then I will turn them into an ambassador. And you guys, I have hundreds, if not thousands of points on my team made up of really happy wholesale customers, okay? So if you do this for a really long time and you convert people over to wholesale, and then the goal, of course, is to help them find a customer. It's to help them go silver. It's to see, I'm looking at them as someone that I can then work with. Maybe they're not going to be a diamond, but I'm looking at them as a connector. So then who do you know? Because if we can get you to silver, we can get your products paid for. So let's talk about getting you to silver. Does that work every time? No, I have very happy wholesale customers that do not have customers or ambassadors themselves, but I've been able to help a lot of people get to silver, and I've been able to help a lot of people get their own customers with the idea of they're just gonna get their products paid for, okay? So now to address customer care. One thing that I really like to do with my customers, I don't necessarily, organization is not my strong suit, okay? So I don't necessarily have a system that I follow, but I have it in my head. And so when I sign a customer or a wholesale ambassador for that matter, I understand that they need to love and believe in these products first and foremost. Like I'm gonna have a way higher success rate of them building a business or duplicating me if they love and believe in these products. And so I'm definitely loving on them as they're starting their product journey. And one thing that I love are the videos in our virtual office. So if I have someone that orders the triplex from me, a lot of times I do this on the front end, okay? So as I'm talking to them about being a customer, I might have sent them the video for the triplex, okay? But maybe I didn't. It just depends where they're at in the process. I will always, around the time that they get their products, send them one of the videos from the virtual office about one of the products that they're taking to help them build belief in the products that they're taking. I'll continue to send them testimonials based on what they told me their health goals were. So maybe it's migraines, and they're using these products to help find relief from migraines, okay? So I might send them a testimonial about, I might send them a video their first week of using the products about the triplex, and then a week later I might send them, I saw this migraine testimonial, I just wanted to check in with you, and send them a migraine testimonial. Building belief on these products. I'm so flaky. Like I've definitely sent my customers gifts and thank yous. The gifts and thank yous that I send them 100% of the time is always more plexus. Like I shop from my own store, right? And I'm gonna send them more product or samples or things to try. And sometimes I'll reach out to them and say like customer appreciation, choose from one of these 3 products. I want you to pick something that you haven't tried yet because I want you to fall in love with it. And I'll put like Vital Biome, X Factor Plus, and maybe Mega X, right? Or maybe the children's vitamins. So I'm wanting to send them like a full-size product in hopes that they'll fall in love with it and add it to their order. After they get it, what do I do? If they ordered Kids X Factor, then what do? I send them the video on the Kids X Factor. I send them the information sheet on the Kids X Factor to just continue to build the belief in the products. So does that answer your question, Maya?
Yes, I actually was focusing on customers a lot this summer. So I was curious how you went about it back then and how you do it now, because I do a couple of those things you mentioned. But I do, like I did a customer appreciation as well this summer. So yeah, I just need to be more consistent.
I know, girl, that's
the testimony thing.
That's the story of my life. And you guys, listen, one of the best things that you can do for a new ambassador is help them get their customers, right? Because that's going to get a quick paycheck in their hands, right? And that's great for you up to a certain point. But when you have like serious business goals, you're wanting to achieve like the next level, and right, you have to be building a team. You have to build a team. And so building a huge network of customers and having this really great volume every month, that's great, but that isn't lifetime residual income, because customers come and go. So you're always going to have to be filling that customer bucket, because customers flow in and they flow out and some come back. But when you can get that network building and that network growing, that's when you can sit back and you can think, okay, I see the freedom comes from that. And that's the way our compensation plan is, you guys. That might not be the way that our compensation plan always is. But because our compensation plan is based so heavily on the ambassador ambassador, that's the way it is right now. And so if you're thinking long-term business, you definitely want to be thinking of like our team has signed so many customers because we've been going for the Leaders Retreat contest. Perfect, great. Now, the month of September, our entire focus should be on flipping those customers, in my opinion, okay? But Autumn, do you have anything that you want to like be like, I don't know if I agree with that, or I
totally agree with everything you said. Absolutely.
Okay, good.
And oh gosh, there was something I was going to say and it escapes me. And I was just going to say, like, as far as when you flip those, when someone signs as an ambassador in general, I'm going to use Amy Matazzaro and her amazing gut health classes that she does. Like, she'll go after that person, even as a wholesaler, and say, hey, let's do a gut health class for you. Let's invite your family and friends. She gives them the verbiage of what, like, how to invite, because this person might not want to do the business, but they don't know what to say. So give them what to say, and then help them invite people, get them into a gut health class. And, you know, that right there can grow your team. I mean, I recently did this with a stranger, and, you know, now her mom's going to do the business. So it's worth it. You've got to take every wholesale ambassador and, you know, do your best at getting them to open up their network to you, because within their network are more people that need these products and people that want this business. So thank you, Melissa, so much. This was so, so good. Thank you for taking your time to share all of that.